Hello and welcome back to my channel everyone. My name is Roushani. Today I am going to talk on the most important topic of speaking English. How to boost your vocabulary, how to enhance vocabulary. Because when we start speaking English, that is the main problem. We don't have ample of vocabulary, we don't have sufficient vocabulary, and that's why we struggle to express ourselves. That's why we struggle to be not fluently. So what could be the things that could be done, and if you start doing it, so that you are going to enhance your vocabulary, you are going to boost your vocabulary? Well, one thing I would like to inform you that as you already know, my way of teaching English is not in the point or not in the very professional way. I do like to teach you the way I have learned and the way you can enjoy also. You don't get bored and get fed up of listening my words and just all the time giving tips and tricks. No. So again, I am going to share with you the way I have learned and I have boosted my vocabulary. Well, one thing you need to remember all the time is vocabulary is something that will require your time, that will require your patience, that will require your input. The more you will give your input, the more you are going to get your output. If anyone think like that after enhancing the vocabulary you would be able to speak fluently, then I don't really support this idea. Because no, speaking is another part. We are not preparing a dish, we are not preparing any recipe. So firstly you are going to collect the all ingredients separately, and then after you are going to mix it. No, speaking is something that we have to use all the thing at the same time. So if you would be continue with your practicing, I am firm believer of speaking fluent English by only the mean of practicing. So the first thing I am giving you here is that I understand, I totally understand, I totally feel you that you are not fluent, okay, but it's never mean that to wait for the time when you are going to be fluent, because right now you are working on your vocabulary. So once it get boosted and once it get improved, then after you are going to start your practicing English. So do not do that. It would be my suggestion to you, do not do that. Do not wait for the improvement of vocabulary. Whatever vocabulary you are knowing, whatever number of vocabulary have stored in your mind, so try to use that and try to speak with that help. The second thing is that start reading books. And if I am saying to start reading books, it's never mean to just give a reading of book like we used to do when we were in 3 class and 4 class. That time whenever our teacher used to tell us that now it's your turn to read the book, okay, give the reading of the book. What we usually doing that time was just reading without knowing any kind of meaning. We don't understand the meaning that time, we were not understanding. So this time you don't have to do this, you do not have to follow that type of method if you want to learn speaking English fluently, if you want to speak fluently. Whenever you are reading a book, whether you are reading online or whether you are reading offline, so always remember one thing: whenever you are struggling to get the context of any word, if you are not able to understand that word, then do not skip and go ahead. No, do not skip, because you are here to improve your vocabulary. So you would have to pay attention to those things, those vocabulary which you are not knowing. Suppose that I am reading a sentence like how to focus on the conversation, how to focus on to speak fluent English. So if I don't know the meaning of focus, I will do search. I will not skip that and I will go ahead with the reading. So many people have their different personality, have their different strategy of learning English. They have all the different journey of learning English, but the point is here, they all have did the same thing in the matter of enhancing vocabulary. You have to also follow the same strategy. Whenever you are finding yourself that I am not knowing the meaning of this word, you should start Google it. You should know the definition. And second major important thing I would like to tell you, whenever you are doing Google of any word, any vocab, do not try to know that meaning of the word in your native language. It will be make you habitual in thinking in your native language. So when we are doing one work, we try to associate the work with the other thing also. Try to learn speaking English collectively, not separately. And why we forget the word while speaking? The main reason is we are not utilizing that word we have learned recently, and that's why we struggle in expressing ourselves. For example, if I ask your name right now, would you take a bit time to think your name? No, because this is the thing that we have been repeating, and we have been just telling to the other person, this is my name is this and that. Because of repetition, the more you will repeat the word, the more you will utilize the word you have learned recently, the more it will go in your brain for the long time. Whatever word you are learning, always try to make sentence of that word, and always try to use that word in your conversation. The third thing is here, I was a girl who was very curious, and I am still very curious to learn lot of things, especially in the matter of English. Still I am learning, still I am doing mistake, and I am trying to improve more and more. So be always a curious, be always keen to learn from other. If you are having a conversation with your partner, and if he used or she used any new word that you are not knowing, so do not ignore that, just ask him. Be always eager to learn, be always eager to question. The more you will question, the more you will learn. So I was doing the same thing. I still remember one of my friend used the rely word. That time I was not knowing the meaning of it, so I simply asked him that what is the meaning of rely. Then he told me depend, it's mean depend. So in the same way I have learned, I have given my multiple hours in just practicing. I would be honest to all of you that yes, in the initial stage I was trying, and I was focusing on how to speak this sentence in English, how to speak this sentence in English, but later I realized no, this is how I am not going to improve. So I started practicing. I given more focus on my practicing. You can't even imagine, like around 4-5 hours in the initial stage I was giving in just practicing. There was 3-4 friends, and I had categorized them that this time I am going to talk with this friend, and this time I am going to talk with this friend. That's how I have learned. And whatever I was learning, whatever they were explaining, I was paying my full attention on their conversation. Whatever they were speaking, whatever they were sharing with me, just I was listening carefully so that I can learn any sentence, any phrase, any idioms, the way they were using. Vocabulary cannot be mug up in the matter of especially speaking English. If you are doing any kind of preparation related to government job, only then mugging up vocabulary can help you to get that job, but not in the matter of speaking English. Whatever you are learning, whatever vocab, if you are learning, I'm pretty sure that if you start giving focus on the words even I speak in my videos, then you can learn the at least 4 words in a day, because every day I upload new videos and I intentionally use the different vocab so that I can teach you not only to speak fluently, I can also improve your vocabulary if you notice on my words. If we do not notice, then it cannot be improved. When you are watching my videos, you are not only learning, you are learning how to utilize some specific word. You are doing your listening practice as well. So whenever one thing you are doing, this is not the only thing you are doing. There are a lot of things associated with it, but the problem is that you just have the attention on one particular thing. But I would like to tell you here that no, just give attention to the other fact also. If you are watching my videos to improve English, then listen properly and focus on my words also. Focus on the tense also. What kind of tense I am using, how I am using the modals verb, how I am utilizing any kind of idiom phrases. That's how we are going to learn the vocabulary, we are going to improve our vocabulary. The more you will observe your surround, the more you are going to learn it. You must hear the songs of Neha Kakkar. So in any interview or in any video, she was describing that how she learned to sing well and to sing sweetly. He told that no, I had never taken any kind of class, any kind of traditional class from any prominent singer. No, this is not the way I learned singing. Only by the observation I learned everything, whatever is required in singing, rag, tal and all that. She only learned by the mean of observation. So pay attention on your observation. Okay, do not just watch and escape and go. Do not do that. Do not learn English just like a work you are doing. Sometimes we think like that, if I would be doing listening practice, if I would be doing watching practice for 2 years, then from the 3rd year I am going to be fluent. No, you are not going to be fluent. You are not going to be fluent if you don't start observing yourself. If you don't start practicing, then you can't be fluent. You would always be able to understand English, but you would not be able to speak English. For the speaking English, you would have to practice, you would have to utilize the different kind of word in the different ways, and for this your attention is the key of fluency. So that was all in today's video. I hope you liked my video, and if you like the video, do not forget to like and subscribe.